I'm Edward Otto Zelke, and this is Queer News Tonight Overtime. Let's queer up entertainment. Is Elton John going blind? Music icon Sir Elton John shared a poignant update about his vision loss while promoting his new documentary, Elton John, Never Too Late. Speaking to Good Morning America's Robin Roberts, Elton revealed the heartbreaking effects of severe eye infection he suffered in July. He said, quote, "I unfortunately lost my eyesight in my right eye in July. My left eye is not the greatest. There's hope and encouragement that it will be okay, but I'm kind of stuck in the moment," end quote. John explained how the impairment impacts his music. Quote, "I can do something like this," an interview, "but going into the studio and recording, I don't know. I can't see a lyric for a start. We're taking an initiative to try and get it better," end quote. Despite these challenges, John's resilience shines through the latest collaboration with singer-songwriter Brandi Carlile. The pair worked on the song Never Too Late, which inspired the title of his documentary. Grateful for his life and career, John expressed pride in the upcoming documentary, which highlights his enduring spirit. There is much speculation that total vision loss may be on the horizon. Elton John, Never Too Late, is set up to inspire viewers when it debuts December 13th on Disney+. Well, I guess I'm going to have to go and subscribe again to Disney+.
That's the trick.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably
always
it.
turning it off and on.
You know, I as someone who's gone through a little bit of, the aging process myself, I'm in my mid-50s, and, I start to see things go, and it just reminds me of how fragile things are and how things are so temporary, and, we just have to take life for what it is right now, and I really hope that, I'm sure he's going to have all the support he needs, and I'm sure he's going to have all the love that he needs, but it's a scary time, I bet, and eyesight is very important, and, obviously, and it's a sense that once you lose it, like my grandmother did, it's devastating, so I just wish him all the best.
Yeah, I like to think that he's going to be like the Energizer Bunny. He's always been, certainly an inspirational role model for me, growing up and knowing that he was gay and then finally coming out when he was ready to. But I have a feeling that he'll be able to I like to think, in my idealistic self, that he'll make adjustments, as many of our fine artists who are still with us, not with us, who are, they may have vision impairments or other impairments and they're still going. So I think there's some more world tours in his pocket.
Yeah, I mean, like you're seeing like artists like Celine Dion also too, struggling with her own problems too. So, and you draw strength on people that can, go through that and still have a career and still contribute. So, I'm hoping that maybe that continues.
Let's hope so.
It becomes another success story for him too. I mean,
Yes.
Look at what he has endured for so many years, and if this truly happens and he becomes where he's not sighted at all, then yes, I mean, he'll have a team around him, but it doesn't stop the voice.
Exactly.
It doesn't stop the piano. I don't know if he truly reads music or if he plays by ear, but there's certainly the opportunity to learn to play by ear too.
Yeah. It might be a process, but he does have the wherewithal to have lots of support, and I think that'll keep him going.
Yeah, the story is very distressing to me because first and foremost, our community has so much to be grateful to Elton John, not only for the entertainment. I mean, we're talking about somebody who redefined sexuality in the 1970s at a time when we didn't even know that that's what he was doing, and he was too afraid, frankly, I think, in the late 60s and early 70s to be so authentic. And then he just busted out of the closet to go, wait, this is not only authentic, I'm going to show you how authentic. To things like Lion King, for example. There's whole swaths of our community don't even know that he is the music of Lion King and the issues of the Academy Award winning music that he has in association with Disney. We have a lot to be grateful to Elton John. His work in HIV and AIDS is unparalleled. He's one of the 5 names. I did an interview with Anthony Fauci, and Elton John is one of the names that Anthony Fauci says about AIDS.
Wow.
That's how important he is. This story is very disappointing and scary to me because I think he gives us a clue of how this may be the end, because he's concerned about being able to read lyrics, which means he's concerned about singing without the prompt of being able to read the lyrics from a teleprompter as a memory issue and reminding, etc., meaning that he's not going to put himself in the possibility of slurring words or getting words wrong. And that's what the vision issue is. You know, the one last thing that I think about this story is so important. Not only LGBT, broad America, but specifically LGBT. Aging is a major issue in our community. It's a major issue. And it's a major issue we don't talk about. And we certainly don't talk about it enough. Organizations like SAGE are really, really important. AARP is doing a great job in LGBT of aging issues. We're getting older, and the percentage of people getting older in LGBT is a significant issue. And there's health related, and there's food scarcity issues, and there's housing issues, and it goes on and on and on. And unfortunately, our obsession, I think, especially among gay men, but generally the LGBTQ community, is that we are so obsessed on young people being young that we don't naturally embrace aging issues as much as we should. And Elton John is an icon. And one of the good things that might come out of this is to elevate our attention to the importance of aging issues.
Yeah, and circling back to the HIV topic in this, and then when you talk about aging, I mean, in Broward County, we're already at 54% of the people living with HIV are over the age of 50.
Wow.
Nationwide, by 2030, they're saying 70% of the people living with HIV will be over the age of 50.
Good news, bad news, huh?
Right. Well, and you think about it, you know, HIV is, it creates swelling. I mean, right, you're going to have inflammation. It's an inflammation disease. So if you have any problems with any, like your heart or anything that could inflame your vessels, it can impact that, especially if you're not keeping true to your medication.
Yeah.
But yeah, aging is a big component right now.
Well, we certainly wish Elton John all the best and great respect from our entire LGBTQ community.
This has been Queer News Tonight Overtime. There is no other LGBTQ plus nonprofit media platform like this in the world. Support our local LGBTQ plus stories by subscribing and sharing.